Hello there and welcome. Well, I want to welcome you to meet two very beautiful young ladies. And I'm so happy to have them here. And we're going to talk about, yes, they're winners, both of them. And we're going to talk about what it's like to be in these different pageants. And sometimes we get very confused because there are lots of different pageants, and if you're not involved in that, you don't understand what is in back of all of the effort and the preparation and what it means to be a winner. And I want to introduce two winners to you right now. And I'm so happy to have Miss Greenville, South Carolina, USA. And her name is Heather Hensley.
Thank you for having me.
And her sister is here as well. And her name is Courtney Hensley, and she is Miss Atlanta right now.
Yes, I leave Saturday to compete for Miss Georgia, so
now
exciting.
You've won top spots, so to speak, and then these are two different pageants.
Yes.
Could you explain a little bit about that? Because most of us, we think about the Miss America pageant, and we watch it on television once a year, but there are all these different pageants, and they all stand for different things, and some give scholarships and some don't. Could you explain a little bit about, like, the Miss Atlanta pageant, okay? And then you will go on, and if you win Miss Atlanta, if you win Miss Georgia, then you will compete in the Miss America pageant.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, you are now the reigning Miss Greenville, South Carolina, USA pageant, which is totally different from the Miss America pageant.
It is, yes. There is actually only one official preliminary recruiter in South Carolina, and that's Golden Corner Pageants, and that's the organization that I represent. So I competed back in March, and I won the title of Greenville, USA, and there's also another winner that won Miss Upstate USA. And so we'll compete in the Miss South Carolina USA pageant in Charleston in November. It's the weekend before
that's
Thanksgiving.
in November, and you're competing when?
I leave Saturday, and then the finals will be the following Saturday.
Okay.
I'm down there for 8 days for rehearsals and interviews and everything, but it's so exciting.
Now they have talent. Everybody has a cause, something that they're really committed to. Mostly, I mean, I know from the Miss America pageant they do.
Yes.
So, do you have that sort of thing, both of you?
We both do. Do you want to talk about yours first?
Yeah.
Yes. For the Miss America organization, you do have to have a personal platform. Mine is FLY, mentoring youth to reach new heights, and FLY stands for First Love Yourself. It's a confidence-based platform coming from a young woman that has gone through struggles in my life with self-confidence and body image, something that's so relevant to today and the younger generation. I am actually the national spokesperson for Girl Talk, so I've been able to travel all over the state and speak to multiple girls about just loving who they are and embracing that and just flaws and all.
Self-confidence.
Yes.
It starts with not being an egotist, but being confident.
Yeah, with who
that
you
what
are.
you have to give is worthwhile.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And how old are you? I know we shouldn't ask that, but I'm going to ask anyway.
I actually turned 20 back in March, so
my.
I'm kind of young. I like to think.
So if you win Miss Georgia, we can see you in the Miss America.
Yes, on the prestigious stage in Atlantic City. Yes, it's been a childhood dream since I was 4, so crossing my fingers.
Well, we certainly wish you good luck. And what about your special interests? What are the things that you're most interested in? You're obviously still in education.
Yes, well, I love writing. I love blogging. I'm a communications major, so I hope to be a national spokesperson for a Fortune 500 company. But a lot of what I do, I love singing. I love doing things for myself that I enjoy, that make me be able to pour my emotions into different things, whether it's writing or singing or doing pageants and being able to speak on passions that I've loved my whole life. So it's great to encompass all of that into one.
So now you have to compete in evening gown and swimsuit and talent.
Yes, and then a private interview, and then we also have an on-stage question segment.
Now, your talent is what?
I sing. I will actually be singing There You'll Be, the theme song from Pearl Harbor by Faith Hill, so I'm very excited.
Okay. All right. So you're already thinking in terms of what you're going to do and planning.
Yes.
And that will be when? When is that next competition?
Miss Georgia, the final night will actually be the 20th. It'll be
Okay.
not this Saturday, but the next. So hopefully
Okay.
you'll see me getting a new crown.
Oh my! Well, the one you have looks.
Yes, I like to think so. I like to think so.
Okay, now Heather, tell me about you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I am living here in Greenville, South Carolina now.
But you're both born in Georgia.
both born in
Yes,
Georgia.
we were born and raised Georgia Peaches,
Georgia
but she
Peaches.
left us.
Georgia
I've
Peaches.
come to the Palmetto State when I graduated high school to attend Presbyterian College, and I pursued a biology degree and recently graduated from the University of South Carolina with my master's in healthcare administration. And I'm looking for a job, so if anyone at one of the Greenville hospital systems is looking for an early careerist, I am available.
So you're thinking beyond just being young and beautiful and having a crown.
Yes, because beauty will fade eventually, and we can only rely on our brains. So hopefully the things that our parents have instilled enough, we can continue to look forward and hopefully pour that into the next generation as
Now,
well.
neither one you do not have brothers and sisters.
Nope.
Just each
I just
other.
have
us.
yep,
Yeah,
just each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, no more.
No more.
Our parents can't afford anymore.
We take up a lot of time too, so.
So how did you get involved in all of this pageant life? Because it's a way of life, isn't it?
It is a way of life, and because our pageants take place at 2 different times of year, we're constantly busy. But the whole pageant experience for me started when I was 7 years old, and we walked into a Wendy's, and there was an application up at the cashier for a Little Miss pageant. And I begged my mom, and she was like, of course. And we had Dad that was like, oh, I don't know about that. You know, we'll have to see. And I competed, and I actually didn't place. And I was fine because I got a participation trophy. I loved it. And ever since then, I just fell in love with it. I love being on stage at 7 years old. Just getting your hair and makeup and lip gloss and playing dress up was everything I could have ever imagined. And then I got little sis involved at an early age too, and she stuck with it as long as I have. So.
And so, but you still plan to have a career and a future beyond this.
Right. Yes, ma'am. This is an extracurricular activity. We're very busy at appearances and parades and speaking on the weekends and even sometimes during the week. But most importantly for both of us is our education and instilling that into the other generations that are younger than us. That it's
And
very important.
Do you
to continue.
go and talk to schools and young girls?
Yes, ma'am. Do you want to talk about your experience with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of what I feel like is very important with my platform is making sure that everyone loves who they are, regardless of what they're marked by, where they come from. It doesn't matter. It matters where you're going. And that's why we think education is so important, is because even if you didn't grow up in the biggest house, you can apply yourself and you can give that to yourself. And I think it's very important to keep spreading that message of just believe in yourself, and there's no limitations in life to what you can achieve.
Now, you're in different pageants. There's the Miss America pageant. So you will be in the Miss America pageant.
Yes, I'll be competing for Miss Georgia in hopes of going to Miss America.
And that's all structured under the Miss America pageant.
Yes,
and of course,
ma'am.
many of us see that with all the different girls from every state, and it's very lovely. And do they give scholarships?
They do. Miss America is the #1 provider of scholarship money for young women. So I've been able to pay off a lot of student loans, and hopefully I can continue to pay them off so I can graduate debt-free.
And what do you plan after all this is over and you graduate? What is your plan?
Well, I would love to be a spokesperson for a Fortune 500 company, a face of a company, or even a media correspondent, something to where I can constantly be on the go, constantly speaking, and everything that I've had a passion for, continue to further that.
Okay. And what about you? Tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I'm still in the process of finding my first job, whether it be in long-term care administration or with a physician practice network or even at a hospital. Right now, I'm just trying to grow and learn and be able to get myself out there and get that first entry-level job. But one day, I hope to be a vice president of a major healthcare system, and Greenville has one of the biggest healthcare systems in the South.
So you are definitely interested in healthcare and the medical field.
Yes, ma'am. I originally started as a biology major and thought I wanted to be a physician assistant, and quickly after some clinical and volunteer work decided that I didn't want to be a physician assistant, but having an impact in healthcare is still important to me, so now I'm just going to take it more from the administrative side instead of the clinical side.
And you're constantly, right now, on the go and appearing in different places. And what about you, Miss Atlanta? What do you go? Are you totally involved in the Georgia area?
Yes, I'm constantly on the go. I still don't have most of my wardrobe for Miss Georgia, and leaving Saturday, I'm trying to get my talent gown and everything situated. I'm continuing to do appearances. I've been able to drive up here in Greenville to actually see my trainer and to get another public speaking appearance. So just different things. I'm constantly on the go, but then I constantly make time for myself and kind of take that devotion time to where I can gather all of my thoughts and just be centered with myself and make sure that I'm doing what's right for me, and I'm constantly continue to be just who I am, just Courtney.
So now you have the swimsuit, the evening gown, and the talent.
Yes.
Now, do you have to provide, you know, your evening gown and all that? You have to.
Yes, well, actually, as Miss Atlanta, I did have some sponsors. Both my
Okay.
talent gown and evening gown came from Lasting Impressions, so they helped me financially get those. But I got my dream gown for both, so it was a great experience.
And you will be competing in that. So we might see you as Miss Georgia.
Yes.
And Miss, who knows?
Then I can make another appearance here.
I'd love to have you. And your next competition is when?
It's in November. It's
Okay.
November 21st and 22nd at the North Charleston Performing Arts Center. And I have been looking at wardrobe and everything right now, but we're waiting for Miss Georgia to end so we can go full force with preparation for Miss South Carolina USA. But I'm starting to gather the image that I want to portray in November, and hopefully we can produce those dream gowns and swimsuits for me soon. So.
Okay, now does the USA pageant group, do they give scholarships? Or I know Miss America gives big scholarships.
Yes.
How do they stack up?
There's not per se like scholarships, but the winner of Miss South Carolina USA is provided with sponsorships.
Okay.
So you'll have like your paid entry fee to Miss USA, and you'll get a whole year's worth of wardrobe and
Okay.
styling, and you'll have sponsors for all of your
All right.
wardrobe when you go to
So
appearances.
your family has a little help along
There's
these
a little
lines.
help along the way
Yes.
once you get to that
Yeah.
state level.
Well, we certainly wish both of you the very best of luck,
Thank
and that
you.
you're going to make a great contribution in whatever
you.
field. You're the medical field eventually, and your field will be.
Hopefully public speaking, communications, marketing, something
Okay,
along those lines.
okay.
I did not get the biology science brain. I speak and I write.
Well, we say God bless both of you,
Thank
and
you so
thank you
much.
for representing young people in this country so well.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
having
Good luck.
us.
We'll be thinking of you, and hope you'll come back.
Thank
We'll be
you.
right back.